Kim Jacobs, the Balance Doctor. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of The Kim Jacobs Show. Be sure to subscribe to The Kim Jacobs Show right on YouTube. Turn on your notification bell to all so you never miss a beat. And guess what? Every time you watch, you're going to receive a real relevant and relatable guest that's going to share with you a piece of the puzzle on this journey called life that will help you be able to manage just a little bit smoother. At the end of the day, the Kim Jacobs Show goal is to be able to provide balance to the world, one household at a time.
Kim Jacobs Show. You're watching Kim Jacobs Show.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Freestyle Friday. Yes, it is the Kim Jacobs Show. And we're so excited to have some of the experts right here on the Kim Jacobs Show today with Freestyle Friday. So welcome to all of our experts. Nice to see you all. I know you have your mics muted and everything, but I'm so excited to have you all here today. Listen, when you all are coming in, let us know. I see people already chiming in. Let us know exactly where you are visiting in from, and we will pop your name up, your comments up. We love active audience participation. So it's like you're at the virtual studio audience of a show. You can walk up to the mic and you can say your comments, you can ask your questions, and we'll pop them up and get some of our experts to answer them. Hello, how are you, Lady Justine Hilliard? Glad to have you on today's episode. So we're going to go ahead and get started as quickly as possible and give each of these experts a chance to talk to you guys. But as we kick this week off, we also have some highlights, things that's been happening around the community, around the world. And I'd like us to get started with some of that first. Let's see. Oh, okay. I'm gonna share. Yeah, I'm gonna share this already. I don't know. And then y'all can chime in and give your feedback because it's Freestyle Friday. So we're talking about topics that matter to you, topics that's been happening and trending throughout the community. So let's see what's going on already. And thank you, Rachel, for pulling these highlights together from the Kim Jacobs Show team. Okay, so here we go. Fauci and Rand Paul have terse exchange, according to CNN report. You do not know what you are talking about. And you can see that finger pointing right there. So any of you panelists have any thoughts on what's happening here, feel free to chime in. But Dr. Anthony Fauci and Republican Senator Rand Paul of Kentucky erupted into a contentious debate over the origins of the coronavirus during a hearing on Tuesday on Capitol Hill. I'm skipping down, but we'll put these in the link and you can go ahead and read them in detail. But here's a direct quote. Senator Paul, you do not know what you're talking about, quite frankly. Now, I may not be saying it, in the flavor that he's saying it. And I want to say that officially. This is what Fauci said to Paul, who has repeatedly, without evidence, suggested that the NIH funded so-called gain-of-function research work done on viruses to make them grow better or to make them more infectious or more virulent. Okay, y'all can check this article out. If any of the panelists have any thoughts on what's happening, why this keeps going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Senator Paul, I never lied before the Congress, and I do not retract that statement, Fauci told Paul. So there's a lot of different controversy as to the attacks going between the two, and actually it's constant. And so I just want to know, did anybody else have any thoughts on any of this at all that's happening? Because there's a lot going on. Yes, good morning to you, Patricia Jacobs. Good morning. Good morning, everyone that's chiming in. Happy Friday to you, Vicki Evans, as well. And congratulations on having your new performance that's going to be taking place at Blumenthal Theater, the month of March. I don't know the exact date, but she'll be putting it up. All right, I think it's March 11th. But anybody have any thoughts? Anybody?
Isn't he running for, isn't Paul going to be running for president the next cycle? It pretty much makes sense.
It makes sense. So it's starting to drum up, you're saying?
Everything's political.
Okay, good.
I just think everything's political.
Yeah, interesting. Any other thoughts before we move on? All right. And any of you all that are out there, let's see. Any of you that have comments on any of the things that we're talking about, feel free to chime in. We're going to hear from our first expert, which is going to be Courtney from Courtney Wellness Companion Program. iCourtney.com. How are you, Courtney?
I'm doing awesome. How are you?
Doing great, doing great. So talk to us, Courtney, and tell us what you have for us today as one of our experts.
Yeah. First of all, just delighted to be a part of this collaboration and a fine group of panelists. I look forward to hearing what everyone is going to share. Just yesterday, I was on this thought on stress, and a lot of people were talking about stress and how to manage stress. We're hopefully it looks like we're coming out of a pandemic, and I was actually playing tennis yesterday, and for those of you that don't know me, I'm a wellness guy. I've been able to create health for myself, having a family history of some disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, and things like that. But I've decided to create a legacy or change the legacy of the course of the health for my family. So daily, I like to move, and I strongly encourage you today to get outside, get some fresh air. But yesterday, I was talking about stress. I was playing tennis, and I happened to have a pretty good backhand in tennis.
Oh, good.
But my forehand is not the best, and so the guy I was hitting with, I asked him to hit it to my forehand because that was my weaker hand. But I wanted to get stronger in that area, and it created a little bit of stress for myself. But I just wanted to share with people that it's okay to a lot of people try to avoid stress and eliminate it. And that's conventional. And for those that are listening, drop in the comments. On average, what would you say your stress level is on a weekly basis? I would be curious to know from 1 to 10, 1 being very low and 10 being high. I'd be curious to know what your stress level is like, because we have to be managing that, and we have to be mindful of that, because that is a part of health.
You say 1 on a scale of 1 to 10?
Yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd be curious to know on average, what would how would you monitor your own stress, or how would you say your stress level is on a scale of 1 to 10?
That's an important question. Everybody, make sure you take a moment to answer that question, because some of what Courtney's talking about today, he'll be able to better answer it based on knowing the audience and what you all are saying about it. So what is your stress level on a weekly basis on a scale of 1 to 10? Put between 1 and 10 in the comment section.
1 being very stress-free, and 10 is just like everything is coming at me at the same time, and I don't know what to do. That would be a 10. But back to what I was basically saying is certain levels of stress, some people completely try to run away from it, but I do want to let you know that stress is not all bad. It's pressure, but pressure is building you. So you think about the formation of a diamond. You oftentimes hear people talk about that and all the pressure that goes into the rock that is being crushed multiple times over and over and over again. And at the end of that is a beautiful formation of a diamond. So I just wanted to share that with somebody. You can't avoid it. And it's like, some people try to avoid it altogether, and that's fine. But do know that, like, just in yesterday with me playing tennis, I could have continued to play to my strength, but if you want to get better, and if you want to be a diamond, a diamond-like, and really be a beautiful creation, I would encourage you to, challenge yourself, push yourself a little bit there. So that's really all, that was just something that I was thinking about. Wellness is not always push-ups. It's not always eating salads and eating healthy. It's a part of it is stress and understanding stress. So we talk about that a lot with my clients and with people that I collaborate and connect with. And my Justicia, she's here, and she's stress in a different way in terms of flexibility with your body, and I don't want to spend a whole lot of time. I love to just bring people on and allow them to share what they're doing. So, I really don't have anything else to add. I saw what Justicia was doing with yoga and flexibility, And for me, once again, that is not an area that I consider myself to be very strong in. Yoga. In the comments, if you're into yoga, if you've done yoga, you know, put a Y. If you've done yoga, if you've never done yoga, you could put an N for no.
We're going to ask some questions of Justicia about yoga in a few seconds too. But let me ask you too, Courtney, how can people become a part of Courtney Wellness Companion Program?
Sure. So we have a free community, and it's they can actually look it up, Courtney Wellness Companion. And I'm wearing a shirt right now. You can see it. Courtney is spelled with 2 E's. So it's Courtnee. If you type in Courtney with 2 E's, Wellness Companion on Facebook, you'll find the community. I think it should come right up. And basically on a daily basis, we just share inspiration. We share love. You can see our logo here. You see a C and an inverted C. Those represent 2 people having a conversation, and you see a lifeline in between.
Oh, good.
And that lifeline is just, you know, we're helping each other out. We're going back and forth, communicating. We want to help each other out. And then in the background, you see a heart. And the heart is just about genuine love. And we want to help people. So we collaborate with a lot of people like Justicia and others to make sure that we're championing wellness all the way around.
Okay.
There's so many people that are out there that are doing this. And we want to be a part of that collaboration, and we want to be a part of being able to bring people to other people. And you can see my wife there. We also talk about financial stress and how to decrease it as well. That's a part of our program. When you look at movement, you look at daily coaching, and you look at financial wellness, and obviously eating healthy and being able to do that. We have our program encompasses all of that on a daily basis, Monday through Thursday. Every week we get it in. And you can do it right with us, even through the technology that we use. So
well, excellent. And also, so Cassandra said 10 stress level. Talk about any people that are dealing with stress levels that are extremely high.
So if your stress levels are extremely high, I would like I said from the beginning, I would really challenge you to be able to separate yourself and get outside. You know, even if it's for 10 minutes, like right now, it's very peaceful. The sun and the birds are like singing. It's going to automatically take your office outside. You know, you don't have to be confined. Like why are we confined to inside of our house and at our desk? You know, it's nice. You know, we get comfortable there, but you got to break out of your comfort. You got to do that. You should be drinking a lot of water. We just did a water challenge last month. So you should be drinking a significant amount of water, at least 64 ounces. That's the beginning of that. You need to be making sure that you're getting at least 6 hours of sleep. So these are things, Cassandra, we can talk about, and we have a whole team of people that can support you and a community that can support you. Those are just a few things. But yeah, a stress level of 10, that will get in the way of your health and you moving forward. You could be doing everything else right, but if you're stressed to no end, that's going to hold you back.
That's right. Good feedback. Lady Justine Hillier said, if you have a stressful job, how can people avoid it? How can they avoid stress if they have a stressful job?
Yeah, I mean, you can't avoid your job. I mean, the best way to avoid it is to look for another job. The way that I mean, no, I was just having a conversation with a young lady that's probably going to be my guest next week. She's probably listening right now. She's a wellness professional also, and we were talking about this quote that Jay-Z often that he says. He says, "I'm not a businessman. I'm a business, man."
Right?
I'm a business man. So like, hey, it's just 2021. You know what I mean? It's like, if you're stressed out in your job, why are you stressed out in your job? At the end of the day, whenever they're ready to move forward, they're going to just tell you bye. So you got to kind of look at yourself that way. Like, you are the business. Like, you can do whatever you want to do. So I'm not trying to tell everybody to go ahead and quit your job. But I am telling you to really be mindful of what you're doing. And if it's not bringing you peace and you know, balance and things like that, I would just me personally.
That's right.
So
Now, who was that you just referenced by chance? Was that Jay-Z?
Yeah, that was Jay-Z.
Okay, let me say this right quick too. Some people, some weeks is 1, some 5, some 9.5, but it can be a variety of levels, is what this person said.
Yeah, and that's common. That's why what I would do is I would look at all those numbers, and I would just, someone else said that I think the other day. It was like some days it's 9 and some days it's 5. So I said, well then it's 7. It's just an average. So I mean that's simple. But I would say if you're at a 5 or below, you should reach out to me or someone else, Justicia, or probably someone else on this call. Anybody on this call could probably give you some support, because that is not good, and it's you're opening yourself up to disease, so unhealthiness leads to poor, disease. So you have to be thinking about that and managing that. So yep.
All right. And my mom is the one that said, I'm the one that's saying this because she doesn't know how to give permission on Facebook for her name to be used. So she's like, hey, this is Ella. Okay. All right, everybody, listen, make sure you connect with Courtney Wellness Companion right on Facebook. You can do that with COURTNEE Wellness Companion. And we want to hear from Justicia as well, one of his associates with Courtney Wellness Companion, right after. You know what? Before we take a commercial break, let me say this. I was going to show this, but Justicia, we're going to come back and we're going to hear from you, the second piece of the Courtney Wellness Companion. But I did see this from Rachel putting it in our highlights for the week, so I'll go ahead and share, especially since you commented about him. Jay-Z. Jay-Z is actually, according to Essence Magazine, see Jay-Z represent for Beyonce by wearing a look from her Ivy Park swim collection. And 5 other times he's reminded us that no one stands more for his wife than him. Look at that. He like, don't play. He said, I'll rock whatever look she need me to rock for her all day long. How about that? And she looking like, thank you, babe. Okay. Jay-Z just proved that he's the best person to model his wife Beyonce's Ivy Park swimwear collection. And he didn't have to step a foot into a pool or show some skin to do it. Anyway, there you go. He just went on, and you can go and look at all of the actual stuff. But this is him rocking a little something.
Yeah, that's collaboration over everything. I mean, they're basically showing you the blueprint, and I think he had an album called The Blueprint, but he's right. He continues to show you, they continue to show you how to do it and how to get it done. They're getting it done. They're getting it done.
They're doing it. Okay. So there you have it. I just wanted to share that one brief image with you. All right. So when we come back right after this commercial break, we're going to hear from Justicia, and then we're going to keep it moving right here on Freestyle Friday. Today's episode is sponsored by Snow Legal. Listen, Snow Legal, they're doing some work. So if you all have not reached out to them, make sure you do so. They're in the Charlotte and surrounding areas, and they're also in the South Carolina area. Let me let you know that when recently Attorney Kenneth D. Snow just won a huge case where a person was wrongfully convicted of murder and spent 5 years away from his family. And guess what? Him and Attorney Snow and their office worked collaboratively to get him back with his family. So that conviction was overturned and the man is reunited with his family. The phone number is 704-358-0026. And you can also email them at info@snowlegal.com. Let them know that the Kim Jacobs Show sent you their way, and they'll give you a free consultation. So let's learn more about Snow Legal now.
I'm attorney Kenneth D. Snow, and at the Snow Legal Group, justice is our job.
For more than 20 years, Attorney Snow has been fighting for justice and winning cases in the Carolinas by providing aggressive representation in criminal defense, domestic violence, family law, serious injury, and wrongful death. If you've been injured or lost a loved one in an accident, including tractor trailer or rideshare, you need the Snow Legal Group by your side, fighting for justice and fighting for you. Visit snowlegal.com. Call 704-358-0026 for a free virtual consultation. Located at 6827 Fairview Road, Suite D in South Park.
All right, everyone. We are back right here on today's episode of the Kim Jacobs Show, and we have one of Courtney Wellness Companion experts, who's an expert here now on the Kim Jacobs Show, and her name is Justesia. How are you, Justesia? Unmute yourself and talk to us.
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
Doing great. Doing
Um,
great.
um, Thank you for having me here, and thank you for Courtney for bringing me to the show. And quickly want to chime in to the stress that he was talking about. I believe that there are two kind of stress. There are stress that you can control, and there are stress caused by things that you can control. So for me to deal with stress, one thing you can do is to write down what is stressing you, right? Make a list of what is stressing you and then cross whatever you can control. For example, let's say you have an event today, it's raining outside, and then you're getting stressed about it. There's nothing you can do about that. So learn to let that go, right? But for example, okay, my grades are not good at school. People are going back to school now, and students are always stressed. Your grades are not good. So write down, okay, why are my grades not good right now? And then you can work on that. And so those are two types of stress that I think people deal with. And we need to make the difference between both and work on what we can control and what we can't control.
That's right.
And
That's right.
another thing that I think people should practice is breathing exercises. Like take some deep breath and inhale and say, okay, I got this. Exhale and say, okay, this is not part of me. This is what I can do.
Right.
So I have to let it go. You can also practice some affirmation that can help you with dealing with your stress. Like wake up. If you deal with stress every day, you can wake up and today say, okay, today I'm gonna have a better day, right? Today I'm gonna be stress-free. Today I can control my thoughts because it's all come to your mind. It's all come to your thoughts. So you can practice doing some affirmation as well.
Mhm.
And it's crazy because I have many people asking me lately, I'm into crystal as well. They are like, oh, what crystal can help me with stress or anxiety, right? So if you go on my website, you can find an article on how to deal with stress if you use crystal. And then I tell people, get some amethyst crystal. If you can have the crystal on you, you can wear the jewelry, the bracelet, the necklace, or you can put an amethyst crystal on your desk at work or everywhere you go, just for the vibration to help you. So
Okay. You say some crystals will help you?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So listen, talk to us about your expertise with your Yogipreneur. Talk to us about that too.
Okay. So I started doing yoga in 2014. I was going through hardship, I couldn't pay for school. I was here as an international student, right? My parents had to pay school out of pocket, and it was like 10,000 a semester. So I did that for like a year, and then the second year, okay, it's getting hard. It's getting hard. And I made it to the summer, and then I couldn't go to school. I'm like, okay, I'm here on visa. If I don't go to school, then I have to go back home. Then I have to lose my student visa. So it was really like depressing. Like it was really hard. And I'm like, okay, this summer I'm just gonna work full time and overtime. But it was not enough because the money that I'm getting from the school, from working full time at school, won't be enough for the whole year. So it was really stressing me out. I was working at the gym at my school by that time. So my coworker and I, we started, what can we do? And then we found out yoga, just, to work out. And it was really fun. So I started doing acro yoga with her. It was really fun. And every time we were doing yoga, it was all like happy time. I even forget that I owe school money.
Oh, you forgot about the money you owe to the school. You're like, oh yeah. But then when you got out of that class, you remember, didn't you? You're like, oh wait. Oh, I still owe that.
Yeah. So I started realizing that yoga has been giving me something to look forward to every day, has been making me realize that there are things that I can work on, there are things that I can work on. So I started doing yoga every day, and along the way, I started sharing my journey on Instagram. And people are like, oh, you into yoga? How does that help you? And I say, well, I wake up every day, I do yoga. It takes me an hour to forget what I'm going through. So I love it. I love it. So I started sharing about my journey, and now I became a yoga certified teacher, and I teach yoga online. And I'm working on opening my own studio right now. So me, through my yoga journey, I became more mindful. I got into spirituality, breathing, exercising, like eating a little bit healthier, more fruit, more water, cross out things out of my diet. And I just love the journey. I just love the journey. So that's how my brains came to life.
And you are on Instagram, you are what, FEMA?
Yeah, on Instagram, you can find me on Femme Yogipreneur as well. If you Google Femme Yogipreneur, you're gonna find everything about me.
Okay, is it the Eco Active Spiritual Shop?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, this is what I didn't talk about yet. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is good. Okay, let me go. Wait. You know I gotta show. I'm not just showing no Jay-Z. I'm showing some Femme Yogipreneur. We ain't playing. We gotta show each other and support each other. Let's see here. Let me go here to the Eco Activewear Spiritual Shop at Femme Yogipreneur. Here we go. Is that you?
Yes.
All right. So I gotta follow. I'll follow you right now, baby. All right, I'll follow you right now. There you go. So, now wait a minute. By me doing that, it opened up all kind of other people's stuff. Okay, here we go. Well, yeah, you're gonna get people to follow you just because all them different angles. What in the world if you could do all of that? Okay, I gotta learn different things. Like this is taking things to a whole different level, huh? You can stretch your whole body like that. Good. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. See right there on this one image right here where you holding the center of your earth or whatever right there in the middle, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you one thing. One time I took a class. I don't know if it was yoga or what it was, but when they told us to find the center of something, somebody was in the class, just easier, and they were snoring so bad. And I was like, that is so rude to be in this yoga class, or I think it was Pilates. I don't know what it was. But point is, I was like, you know what? That's just ridiculously rude for somebody to be snoring at that level. They were like,
no. Most people do fall asleep in the Savasana pose, in the cup pose. The cup pose is like one of the last poses that you do at the end of your yoga session. You just lay down and then you just ground yourself, your palm open. So many people fall asleep on that.
I almost did too. I mean,
well, I did. I promise. I only did this one time in my whole life, and guess what? The person that was snoring was me. I was like, oh, that's me. I'm over here judging the person. I'm judging the person just easy in my sleep. That's a shame when you judging somebody and you in your sleep and you the actual person. You got the whole beam right in your own eye. So
yeah,
but Kim, whenever I did that with a yoga instructor, her name is Leslie, and she's done some yoga classes with CWC, and I did the same thing, But when you think about it, like, how often do you really get into that level, that mind state of relax, that you, besides bedtime, like bedtime, and usually bedtime, that's whenever you're tired, you're just exhausted. So then you get to that level, but being able to get your mind to relax at that level during the day, that's impressive.
Yeah, I've never relaxed that much in no daytime. I'm glad it was just an up and up situation, because they could have took me all the way across the border anywhere, and just I would have been gone, wouldn't even known. I mean, I'm gone. So anyway, and listen, y'all, make sure you follow Justizia by going to her Instagram page right at how do you pronounce it? Oh, you're muted. Say
Femme Yogipreneur.
Okay, Femme Yogipreneur. Yes. Femme Yogipreneur right on Instagram, and stay connected with her. Lots of people. I see you, Kimberly, and you say happy Friday to you. And I know some of my team members are trying to connect with you too, because we have a question for you. So make sure that you connect with us today here. We're excited about it. I think you're coming on soon. So we're excited about having you. and let me know. Just confirm if you're definitely coming on soon, because I want to make sure of that. All right. So everybody, we are talking with some of our experts today right here on the Kim Jacobs Show. Quite excited about each and every one of them. And they have some great information to share. Did anybody have any questions? Yes, Justine Hilliard said, shoot, I sure needed that. I needed that, what she just talked about. So that's some good stuff. Good stuff. Why is it that why is yoga kind of controversial? Maybe anybody can talk about that for a quick second too, because there's been, some controversy pertaining to whether people should do yoga, shouldn't do yoga, what the spirituality is behind it. And I don't know one way or the other, but I'm just trying to hear from, this is Freestyle Friday, talk about it.
I think yoga is controversial because most of the people that see yoga, they think it's for the flexible people. No, yoga is not for flexible people. Anybody can do yoga. You gain flexibility doing yoga. Mm-hmm. And in our Black community, most of the model that we see, most of the brands that we see out there that share about yoga, mostly share like skinny white women doing yoga. Yeah. So some people think yoga is a white people activity. Like when I started sharing my yoga journey, I had people who told me, oh, you think you're white now? Or are you doing white people thing now? Thing like that.
That's kind of like when I play tennis. Like tennis is a sport that, it usually gets associated. But I love to play basketball. So basketball is like, so I do both. I do all of it. But go ahead.
Oh, so like if you do one kind of thing, then you are linked. You're trying to be something other than your nationality. That's about crazy, y'all. Okay, because first of all, Black, white, Latino, Mexican, Chinese, Japanese, it doesn't anybody of Asian descent. I love all people. I love everybody. Okay, but and I want y'all to know that.
But Kim,
I know.
what Justicia said, believe it or not, Justicia, a lot of what I'm doing with the Courtney Wellness Companion, it's we talk about wellness, but we discovered that the people that are coming to us are African American women. And what do I typically see with African American women? They're usually a little bit more fuller and a little bit more curvier. And there's nothing wrong with that. And when you do your yoga, Justicia, you don't look like you obviously don't look like a white woman. Like you have your body type you brought it up. I wasn't gonna bring this up because
I know one thing, Patricia gonna be like, you're gonna move off of that topic right yonder.
No, listen, but you have to listen, please just listen. Like you could be a full woman and you could still do yoga. And that's the key, that's kind of like the key thing. You don't have to be a skinny person to do yoga. So that's the takeaway for all the women, forget color, but just women that are just a little bit more full, women. You can still, okay.
Well, you better keep on talking, right?
I better stop. I better stop talking.
Ken, I think. Wait a minute. I'm just gonna put Ken up for 1 second. I think this would be a good time for Ken to come up.
Put Ken in the hot seat.
Let me put Ken up here for a second. He gonna unmute himself and say something right quick from our relationship.
And Courtney.
No, wait, Ken. This is not you getting ready to share your points. This is just you addressing.
No. I'm just gonna say, Courtney. Sometimes just you did the right thing. Just let it ride. Just let the conversation ride.
Right. But Kim, you were
wait. No, I gotta follow what your wife said.
Mute his mic.
I'm so sorry. I can't get myself together. Oh boy, stop talking.
Don't mute me.
This is my mom.
Stop talking.
My mom said, tell Courtney stop.
Well.
Okay, everybody, we're gonna let Courtney talk after this commercial break. Then we're gonna unmute you, Courtney, and give you just one chance to redeem yourself. I'm sorry, y'all being so silly. Oh, that releases stress too, by the way, laughter and all that fun stuff. But you can't talk yet, Courtney. I got you muted because I got to listen to my sister. Okay, so she said mute his mic. So right after this commercial break, we'll be right back. We're going to hear from Courtney before we transition over to Carrie Ann Hilliard. Okay, So, Courtney, I'm going to go ahead and put you right here. I'm going to unmute your mic right when we come back and hear what you got to say. Let's learn more right now about Silver Shield Security. If you don't have Silver Shield Security, first of all, they have state-of-the-art equipment. I have Silver Shield Security, and I absolutely love the service. It's wonderful. You can reach out to them at silvershield-security.com. Their phone number is 704-440-4688. Courtney, get his mouth right so he can get ready. I'm so sorry. I got to Okay, you could have waited to the commercial break to show you needed to hydrate. Hold on, everybody. Here we go. Silver Shield Security.
It's not just another day, it's a brand new day, full of all the fun, love, and laughter you and your family create. Silver Shield Security understands feeling at home means feeling safe and happy. No credit checks, no contracts. We offer payment arrangements, and we'll even give you a free door camera. Find out how we can brighten your day even more at silvershield-security.com. Silver Shield Security.
All right, let's unmute Courtney, and then we're going to transition to Carrie Ann.
Woo, we got hot. We got hot. No, but I wanted to say this, Kim, the whole religious or like the whole spiritual side of yoga, and that's one of the things that is very interesting with Justicia. I literally just met her. But she does a lot of things that, like, she's these crystals and these rocks and all these different things. So to me, like, I like to enlighten myself. I know there are a lot of people. Wow, right, Miss Patricia. So all the women are about to just trash me. They're about to just trash me. And I'm really trying to learn this, not anything else. You are so obedient. Thank you. That's 22 years of obedience school. I'm in September, it'll be 22 years. But no, honestly though, that is a big thing, Kim. And I'm glad that you brought that up, because there are some people that, like, I don't do yoga because it's spiritual, or I don't do it because I believe in God. And, so I would love to, just DJ, maybe you can talk about that, or if there are other people that can kind of chime in on that. But to me, it's just like centering yourself, being in tune with yourself, and, being flexible with yourself, and your mind. I don't get into all the deep parts of it, like, the third eye and, sitting like that, and there's different things like that. So,
okay. Yeah. That's good points. You did an excellent job, Courtney, redeeming yourself in all of the yes, we celebrate you. We celebrate you. You did it. And Courtney is the utmost professional young man, just so everybody knows. So he's always connecting with a wide variety of people. Yeah. And he loves everybody. And that's men, women, children, everybody. He loves everybody. And his wife is a part of that journey with him, and he's excited about it. He's excited. Never met a stranger, never.
And then Jamia, right there, she hit the nail on the head. The controversies with yoga in the Black church, So
yeah, okay, this is good. So we anybody can chime in on any of these points, but this is really good. So yes, Femme. Let's see, Femme. Yes, I went with Kim to a yoga class, and again, she fell asleep. Mom. That's my mom. Mom, we already talked about that about 15 minutes ago. Now we were talking about Courtney. Now you brought the whole thing back to me falling asleep, snoring. You're like, Kim, talk about your own issues, right? Okay, let's see. Some of the classes use Hinduism, connecting with the universe. That's what some of the concern might be, I guess. I don't know.
Just DJ, do you want to talk about that?
Justice's right in her yoga class right here on the show. She's like, while y'all doing all that controversy, I done found the center of my earth. And I'm over here with my crystals, and I'm like, I keep putting Jessica. I keep putting her up, and she's like, I'm going. I'm in my yoga.
I don't know why people like to say, oh, church crystal or whatever, right? So I did some research on crystal, for example. And in the Bible, there are crystal in the Bible. They talk about sapphire in the Bible. They talk about jasper in the Bible. And I know when I was doing some research, I think it was in the Revelation book, there was like a wall that was made with crystal, 7 crystal or something. So crystal are in the Bible, and crystal come from earth, right? I know in some church, they use incense in church. In spiritual, they will use incense as well. So I think the part that get people confused is because they see Buddha and is the Asian people into it. I think that's the part that get to people.
Well,
Right.
this is good. This is
Like-
a good conversation because each person gets the opportunity. Again, when I hear on the Kim Jacobs Show, I'm exposing you guys to a wide variety of different types of individuals and things that people do. And so each person has their own right to do whatever they do and what makes their lives best, for them. And so under no circumstances on here on the show are we casting any level of judgment or anything. Today is Freestyle Friday. So because you're talking about yoga and it's intriguing the guests, then they're coming back and asking their questions and stuff. But they're not attacking you or anything. They're just asking you from the perspective of you being the expert today on the show. So that's good. Good. I'm enjoying this. I think this is good, open-hearted discussion. And thank you for answering it, Justicia. And thank you, Courtney. And I'm excited about what you guys are doing on Courtney Wellness Companion journey. Okay, so Carrie Ann Hilliard, let's get ready to go to you and see what you want to talk about regarding overcoming single parent obstacles. Take it away, Carrie Ann.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me on the show today. I really enjoyed the conversation so far, talking about stress and talking about yoga, especially in the Black community. I grew up in the Black church and they don't believe in doing that. And what I realized, it all goes to our beliefs, and our beliefs control our actions and our thoughts and our feelings. So, which brings me to my topic about my book, Overcoming Single Parent Obstacles. Today is so interesting because today marks the 19th year of me being a single parent. And I could have said that, you know what, I'm not going to do the show today, Kim, because I could just be stressed out about how my life has gone and how it's transitioned. But I said, you know what, I'm going to make today a positive day. So what? It's the 19th year of me being a single parent. I'm just so grateful that where my life is today is not where it was 19 years ago. On this day, 19 years ago, I went to work. My child's father was there alive. When I came home late at night, he was gone. So I'm just so grateful for the conversations that we had about stress and about yoga, and how just going through life and the different challenges in life, it just requires so much of us that we don't even know how it's affecting us until sometimes we're out of it. Mm-hmm. So I just want to talk about that and how me writing this book, it really helped with my stress levels. And I love what my mom said earlier about having a stressful job. The beginning of this year, I had a stressful job. By April of this year, God was like, it's time to release. So I released it and was like, let it go. I'm like, okay, God, what you want me to do? He's like, what you been working on for the past 5 years? I'm like, oh, that's nothing. I could do that all day long.
Right.
So what I've been working on for the past 5 years is helping youth. The name of my organization is called Help Adolescents Speak Out. And I teach youth from ages 11 to about 19 how to speak out in a positive way and how to love themselves with so much joy and peace, and how to just shift their mindsets. That's what it's all about nowadays. People are dying off this earth because they're stressed out about parenting and about relationships, which Ken is going to talk about next, and about who cares what they believe. You know, it's all about, I can't do this because such and such said this, and I can't do that because such and such said that. Who cares what they believe? It's all about what's in your mind. What do you believe? How do you want to live the rest of your life? This is how I'm going to be living the rest of my life, coming on the Kim Jacobs Show as an expert when she invites me, and going everywhere else, wherever people say, hey, Carrie Ann, we want you to come visit us. I'm like, yep, I'm coming. You want me to bring my book, or do I need to bring the things for the youth? What is it? Just let me know. That's how I'm going to be living the rest of my life until God says it's time for me to pivot and do something different, which I love about just Christina story, how she pivoted when she was in education. And she realized that it wasn't working for her. So she had to stop. And now look at her. She's on the Kim Jacobs show telling us about yoga and wellness. I love that. I love her story as well as Courtney's as well. So I said a bit much. If anybody has any questions, just now is your time.
Yes, so listen, let me go here. This is really, really good, Carrie Ann. Thank you so much. If you all in the studio audience have questions and you're a single parent or you know a single parent, this is a great opportunity for you to put some of those questions in the comment section. Carrie Ann Hilliard will be able to hopefully answer them, as well as how you can get her book, which answers quite a few questions in there, is carrieannhilliard.com. And it's 2 R's for those that are the podcast listeners. CarrianNe Hilliard.com. All right. And then what about the Help Adolescents Speak Out? Tell us about that as well, Carrie Ann.
Yeah, so that's where I create a safe space. I bring you together. So
What are you doing right now? You fanning?
I'm hot.
Oh, okay. I thought somebody was fanning you, or
my AC isn't on. Somebody turned it off. I'm hot over here, but I'm upstairs. So, but what I do is almost every. What you say, Kim? Okay.
I was gonna say, do you got a church? You got a church fan over there? Because I know you said you were in a church. So is that like one of those church?
No, I don't have a church fan today. I think I left it in the car, honestly. But Hazos, what that's all about is just bringing youth together and letting them talk about whatever kind of challenges they're having. Oh, thank God somebody turned on the AC. I love my family. Yes, thank you.
They must have saw you on the show. They like, she hot. She hot.
Turn the AC off. But yes, what I do is I teach the kids how to overcome different challenges. Almost every Thursday night, every day this year, I have bring youth together in a Zoom room, and we just talk about different topics. So some of the different courses that I teach, one is personal development, one of them is strong communication, one of them is the power of self-love. And then the other course that I've been doing right now over the summer is called Self-Sufficiency Through Entrepreneurship. And that's about turning your business idea into, turning your idea into a business and just brainstorming what that looks like for kids. Oftentimes our kids, they have so many great ideas. They want to be this awesome person, but they don't know how to do it. So I'm like, well, let me teach the same skills that we as an adults learn how to start a business and teach it to the kids, because they're the ones who are going to take care of us one day. We have to go ahead and start transitioning things sooner and faster, rather than waiting till they're grown, to where, you know, by the age of 16 years old, a child has already decided who they want to be. So if we get them younger at 11 and 10 and 9 and 8 years old and teach them these skills that they're going to need for life, it's going to help them even better. So that's what I do. I just bring the kids together and teach them how to overcome their challenges. A lot of our babies are having a lot of challenges. They're having real adult problems, and I'm here to help them out of those problems.
Great. This is absolutely great. Some questions and comments came in, and I want to make sure I give you a second to see some of those. Courtney said, this is awesome that you are teaching people to turn their passion into a business. And your mother said, I noticed you do one-on-one training with the youth and for their parents. This is so great.
Oh yeah, I do one-on-one coaching too. I have one baby girl. She joined the show last night, and I was just so excited because I haven't seen her in a couple of weeks. And I'm like, oh, I just want to come over there and hug you. Aww. And she's like, she just gave me that look. You know, the look the kids give you, like, stop being mushy. I'm like, okay, I'll stop. I'll just calm down. But yeah, if anyone needs one-on-one coaching, and that was another reason God had pulled me away from the job. So I have more time in my day to be committed to what he has called me to do.
I love it. I love it. And here's how you can stay connected with Carrie Ann Hilliard, and give them your phone number if possible.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I
switched it up. I had my personal, but I kind of switched it up a bit. So now I have a business number as well.
Okay, so it's 980-216-6844, or you can email her at carrieannhilliard@gmail.com, and also definitely visit her website, carrieannhilliard.com, or you can visit Help Adolescents speakout.com. Excellent, excellent. So I see more comments that came in, and we will definitely get a chance to hopefully put all of these up, but we're going to transition over to our relationship expert, Mr. Ken Canion. So how are you today, Ken? Oh, you muted. We're going to unmute yourself.
That's all right. Thank you. I'm doing well. How are you? I'm getting a kick out of Courtney squirming. You know, I'm loving the whole Yogipreneur, Femme Yogipreneur. I'm loving that. And these kids, teaching these kids, I'm loving that too. Because I wrote a children's book a few years ago that got picked up by 2 school systems, all about, you know, the thing you're talking about, personal development and self-esteem. So all of the panel members are great, as well as you, Miss Kim Jacobs, and doing what you do, as well as you do it. So I must commend you as well.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Ken. Listen, everybody, we are talking with our experts today on Freestyle Friday. Right when we come back after this commercial break, we're going to hear from Ken Canion with some relationship advice. I see all of your comments coming in. Carrie Ann, lots of love coming your way. It's been great lineup with your divine purpose. Congratulations to you. Keep on inspiring people. Your mom said, Carrie Ann Hilliard, you have a big heart. God bless you. Love you so much, your mom. And I love what you're doing, Carrie Ann, is what Patricia said. Shirley, Xavier, it's beautiful to serve and walk in your purpose. I think this is probably my mom saying, Carrie Ann, I too was a single parent back in the day. We didn't have the resources that's available to parents and kids today, but thank God we made it and we are good. Praise God. And then I noticed that you do one-on-one with the youth. Everything that's been said. Oh, here is, I think, your baby girl, Miana Hilliard. She said, go, mama.
Mayana, my daughter, I love her so much. She'll be, she's grown now and she's in college and she starts her own business. Like, I'm just so proud of her. She's an awesome young adult.
Aw, and then your mom said your book is a great stress reliever for parents and children. Make sure you guys get the book, Unwarranted Restrictions. You guys have done a great job putting comments and stuff today. Unwarranted restrictions can cause stress. Let it go. Let it go. And then Regina said, this is amazing. Yes, shift your mindset. Get them to see themselves in their own light, regardless of what others say, because at the end of the day, nobody else's opinion matters. Okay, so that's what Regina said. We're going to take this last commercial break, and then we're going to hear from Ken Canion, our relationship expert. Listen, if you are dealing with a family member that's had a wrongful death, or you're dealing with like Social Security disability or SSI, you're definitely going to want to reach out to Attorney Charles Everidge and Hunter Law Firm. They are injury and disability attorneys. The phone number is 704-377-9157. They're in the Charlotte and the Richmond, Virginia area. So make sure that you let them know that the Kim Jacobs Show sent you their way. And they provide excellent customer service and they win some cases. All right, here we go.
When someone has lost a loved one, they want to know what exactly happened. They want to know, is the other person going to be held responsible? And they want closure. At Hunter and Everidge, we help clients that have lost a loved one move on, and to do that with dignity and respect that they deserve.
All right, everyone, we are back with Ken Canion, and he's going to be sharing with us a few relationship tips. I will tell you, though, that Dr. Dre was ordered to pay $3 million a year in spousal support until Nicole Young remarries. That was an article. We'll put all of these things right in the comments section for you, but there's a lot of stuff you want relationships to kind of work out if possible. Even though this isn't a marriage relationship, the relationship with Britney Spears says that she's not even close to finishing what she has to say amid family drama that's happening. So relationships are so important. And these are just some of the topics that we are going to be. But then you got Mariah Carey's daughter pays homage to her mom in her Oshkosh Bagosh campaign that she has going on. So there's some positives and some negatives. Relationships matter, everybody. No matter what you're going through, try to keep them as positive as possible. Let's hear from Ken Canion now.
Thank you. So I was trying to figure out what I was going to talk about today. And then I got one of my clients. I asked one of my clients yesterday a question. And I'm going to ask you the question, Kim, and I'll ask the panel the question. What is the number one determinant of whether your relationship will last or not? What is the number one determinant? Because you taught me last week to pause, let the audience, so I'm going to do that. I'm doing good. So,
okay, y'all, what is the number one determining factor?
That's the word. All right. Well, number one determining factor of whether your relationship will last or not.
Y'all answer that question, y'all. We're typing it right here. What is the number one determining factor of whether your relationship will last?
Yes, will
or
last.
not. Okay. And you asked me, so I definitely, I don't want to blow it off. So I'll go ahead and answer as well.
Okay.
I think the number one determining factor is if people are going to be willing to be obedient to God and follow God's word. And that's very important to me. So if God's word says to do it this way, then fall in alignment with God's word, period.
What if two people who are Christians feel like they're following God's word, and both of what they're doing is lining up with God's word? Then what?
And then still the relationship still is not.
It's still not working, because you got to think about it. It's over 50% divorce rate in the church, in people who's supposed to be saved, love the Lord. We have that much in common, but yet half of us that go down the aisle, we don't make it. So we all, nobody feels like they're out of alignment with God's will. Because
you're saying some key stuff. Let me go. Give me. Let me, Lord have mercy. You saying nobody feels like they're out of alignment with God's word, but somebody's out of alignment with God's word if you're not doing the word. So the point is, if the word of saying to do this and you are saying, oh, I'm good, then you out of alignment with God's word, no matter whether you think you are or not.
What if both of them are doing God's word, but they're just not compatible? See, here's the thing.
Okay.
You know I'm going to create some controversy. I always do. And so what happens is, that's the number one thing. All right, good. So what I'm going to say is I coach a lot of people, Christians, a lot of people. And what I've grown to find out is that last week I created controversy about the dating thing. And I explained that. And this week I want to create a little controversy too. The number one reason a lot of people say trust, communication. A lot of people say doing God's word. A lot of those things people say. But the number one determining factor of whether a relationship will last, truth, honesty, communication is all that's great. But that is not the determining factor. The number one determining factor is your ability to handle conflict resolution. Handling conflict resolution is the number one determining factor of whether your relationship will last. Because what happens is many people think that we are not going to have much conflict. And when the conflict comes, they don't know what to do. They don't know how to navigate those waters. And just how two good people may not be good together. So I want to get this out to you, because let me tell you what happened. So I told the story last week. I told the story last week of how my wife and we've been married 20 years, August 4th. And 14 years ago, we were headed for a divorce court. And I told the story how $7 saved our marriage. And so what I want y'all can go look at the video in my group, and I'm gonna put that up on Kim can put that up on the page. You can join my group and watch this video. It's on YouTube and some other stuff. But what happened was, I realized something on this particular day when my wife and I were having beef. When we were just going through. She didn't like me. I didn't like her. We could not communicate. Neither one of us had cheated. We thought we were following God's rule, God's way. We were praying. We thought that, and all of those things. And on this day, it just came to a head. And so my wife, in her infinite wisdom, said, "Let's just get out of the house." And I asked her, why did she say that? Because she said, I felt like the house was the place of hostility. So we got in the car. She was looking out her side. I was looking out my side. And we were driving down the street. And I remember, like I told the story last week, I only had $7, but she said, I'm hungry. We pulled over in Wendy's parking lot. Now, we pulled through the drive-thru, and my wife says, once we're going through the drive-thru, she says, pull in the parking space. And in that parking space, we stayed there 2 hours and 42 minutes. So here's the thing, what I want to get to today. The problem was is that all of those things, trust, all of those things were great. They were good. But we could not stand each other because we had some things going on. There was some conflict. We were not resolving our conflict in a way that was enhancing the relationship. So we stayed there 2 hours and 42 minutes. And what I want to tell the people today is we came up with a conflict resolution system. I call it the Canion methodology. And it has saved, I know, 50 marriages. It saved ours and it saved theirs. And so what I want to do today is if you are having problems, if you are going through things, the one thing, I'm going to give you this conflict resolution system. Now, if you want to take it further, if you've got some problems in your relationship, contact me. We can have a discovery session. But here it is. And it's simple, y'all. This
we capture it, Cassandra. I know you backstage. Cassandra leaning in. If I could pull her up right now, she like this.
so
you I won't pull you on the screen, but I'm gonna leave you off, even though I like your hairstyle. Okay, go ahead.
This simple system saved our marriage. Now, here's how it works, y'all. So here's how it works. I don't care if you're married, if you're in a relationship, you got to develop a system for conflict resolution.
I know we get ready to do the tail end of the show, but if y'all want to hear this, hashtag Canion. Let's get something trending for the man.
Let's get something
Canion. Let's put a hashtag Canion if you want to hear the system. I'm not gonna just let them tell you everything.
Thank you, man. You know you got to stop me sometimes because I'm like a bull in a china cat. I mean, a china shop. So
hashtag Canion if you want to hear this right quick. Let's see.
See if we can get him to somebody to say, all right, Courtney, that's my guy right there. I like Courtney. Courtney almost needed this system himself.
he gonna make you a part of his training class for the rest of your life, Courtney.
Let's collab. We gotta collab, man.
Hey, listen, I believe in exercise, and I'll tell you that's another story. I remember when I was on the show, The Biggest Loser. I'm all about exercise and health. I'm about that.
Okay, well, Stacy says she leaning in. Come on, y'all. Come on. Everybody like, look, we already done did it, Kim. Let the man tell her. You know the show going in. Go ahead.
Okay, so here's how it works, Kim. So number one, every time you're in a conflict, so my wife used to say, well, you didn't do this. And then I would think of something she didn't do. So you didn't take out the trash. Well, you didn't clean the toilet. And so y'all know how this works. Well, you know, you've been married a while, Kim. You know how it works. When you feel attacked, then what happens is you want to attack back. And so in our system, here's what we do. First thing, I'm going to give you the principles. First part of the system says you can only discuss one issue at a time. You can only discuss one thing. I don't care if I didn't take out the trash. We're going to discuss one thing, right? Just one. And so now get this, here's the way it works. And so in the system, what we say is there can only be one person talking at a time. The one person has 1 to 3 minutes to talk. They can say anything they want. They can say how they feel. They can say what you're doing, anything. The other person can only do this. They cannot defend themselves. They cannot make excuses. They cannot say anything as it pertains to, here's why I did it. I can't defend myself. I can't protect myself. I can't do anything but listen for 1 to 3 minutes. Now I want you to listen to what's happening, because the person that is listening to this, it is really killing them because you're thinking the person is attacking me, right? But what you're really doing is allowing the person to express their inner heart. If they don't believe, they got to think every time you say something, and they can just focus on how they feel about what it is we're doing. Now they can get their true heart out, right? So now it's not about attacking, it's about what I feel. All right, now get this. Here's the second part of the system. So you can only talk one thing at a time. First part, only one person can talk at a time, 1 to 3 minutes. But here's the part that saved our relationship. Okay. The second part was the person who is listening can only ask one question. Now, you might like, what? Now get this. The question is, what could I do or have done to make you feel different about this situation? Now listen to what I just said. They can only ask one question. What can I do or could I have done to make you feel different about this situation? Now, what does that do? See, my wife asked me that question sitting in the car, but I had been so focused on arguing, so focused on winning, I never knew the answer to the question. So when she asked me, I was like, I don't know. And I realized I didn't know because I was never focused on solving the problem. I was just focused on magnifying the problem. And so when you ask that one question, it does the last thing, step 3. Step 3, it makes the person who was feeling that way, it makes them a co-contributor in solving the problem. So when my wife asked me the question, I had to think, what could you have done? And then now when she asked the question, it becomes our problem to solve together. So I have to come up with the thing. I have to come up with the way. I have to come up with the solution to how could I have done it differently? And then we solve the problem together. That thing right there. Because now it focused all our efforts on one problem. We solved that one problem. When we solved that one problem, we realized something about the other person. That we were just operating on her feelings. And then we turn it around and you let the other person get 1 to 3 minutes to talk. The very same system, y'all. And when I tell you, it only works if both parties want to save the relationship. It doesn't work if one person is like, I'm out. But if they do, it works wonders. Now, I help people navigate through it. I show them how it works. But once they do it, they're like, dude, this right here is amazing. And so what I'm telling people is this. Listen, when you're in a relationship, when everybody love each other, that's great. But sometimes everybody don't like each other, right? And so what I'm saying is you have to develop a way that you're going to handle problems when they arise, because they are going to arise. And so that's what I teach couples today. And that's what I wanted to share with you people, Kim. Oh. And that's our system. If anybody has any questions about it, it's simple. Now, I get it. It's not easy, but it is simple. But I can show with you how to navigate through it.
Wow. So how can people stay connected with you? Because this is like crazy information that is going to save so many marriages. Ken Canion at CoachKenCanion.com. His wife is just as knowledgeable as he is, and she's entertaining because she actually is a comedian too. So she be saying some funny, seriously funny stuff. Courtney, you talking about in the high school, she would have ragged you to like you would have straight at a rate, right at a comedy show.
Hey,
hilarious.
Hey, what I want to do though is I coach primarily ladies in my group. If you want to join my group, look at the bottom down there. Kim put it up. My group is called Love, Lust, and Lies. And honestly, I started coaching women because I did so much dirt in my day years ago that I owe it to people. I owe it to women to teach them the game, and not only teach them to have a happy, healthy relationship, because a lot of things that we do in relationships are incorrect. We've been taught incorrectly. And so if you want to join my group, I teach in the group. The group is powerful. The ladies in there, we empower each other. We not only empower each other, I have 2 goals. I only have 2 goals when it comes to this. I want to put relationships together and I want to keep relationships together. That's it. So if you want to join the group, if you're a female, you want to join the group, and you're going to be empowered. I'm going to teach you in the group. We're going to have fun in the group. My wife comes. We do all kinds of stuff. Listen, join the group. I'm growing so fast that I have a coach, and my coach is like, dude, I have never seen a group grow this fast organically. I don't do ads or anything. Organically. And I said, listen, when I drop those ads starting next week, I'm gonna have 5,000 members by the end of the year. We've got 1.5. So and Kim, 11 weeks. So we're doing it.
Wow. This is incredible. Yes, somebody said we could say wow backwards. Yes, we could say wow backwards or forward. The point is wow. Drop the mic, Ken. I want to join. Stacy's joining. Shirley said love, lust, and lies. And Lady Justine Hillier said, look, I could have used this about 30 years ago right here. She said, I've been married for 40 years now. You know, they set in their ways. They don't need no class. They're like, look here, you're going to do this, and you're going to do whatever you're going to do at this point. Married for 40 years. And no class going to change them at this point. But anyway, all is great. But many young marriages can really use this. He is great. God bless your brother Ken and wifey. Yeah, you're gonna have to bring your wife on too on one of the.
I do. I will have to bring her on. I sent her to her and her best friend went out of town this week, so she's having fun. So
that's so awesome. Awesome. Okay, everybody listen. And Courtney, what was the cookie method that your brother Frank taught you?
Oh no, he basically just said that like you're baking a batch of cookies, right? Say you're making a dozen. Usually on the cookie sheet, a few of them might not be the best looking. They might not get done well. There might be a few of them on the other end that they get well done, but there's going to be a few of them that are perfect. And he basically said, when you bake those cookies, you want to present the best one to your significant other, and they should do the same thing. And he basically said, if you kind of follow that principle through your marriage, you really can't go wrong. And really what that is you're just giving your significant other the best of what you have. And they do the same thing. And that resonated with me and really stood with me for till now. You know, I can't really get that image out of my mind. I do like cookies. I do like cookies too. So
that is incredible. Incredible advice and words to live by. If you give your spouse the best cookie on the cookie sheet, then it should hopefully allow your marriage to go all the way to the end of time, to eternity and beyond, even seeing each other reuniting in heaven. Be like, I love you, I miss you. Okay, so, I don't went way far. All right, everybody, listen, that's our episode for today. It's been absolutely incredible. Oh, somebody said they love the cookie analogy. Yay, Courtney. Your brother sharing the cookie analogy. All right, listen, everybody, take it very seriously about this Delta variant that's happening. It's just kind of sweeping across the land. We're going to put an article in here. It's one of the most infectious respiratory diseases known, according to the CDC director. And also people that are still struggling to get jobs right now, keep in mind that there are some job fairs that's offering resources and opportunities that are still people looking for work. We have all of that information and where the job fair is taking place and what kind of jobs are still available. We'll be putting that in the comments section for you as well. And the final thing I'll say too on this is that preparing for another school year with COVID-19, the recommendation is that all school students and parents follow the guidelines of your individual school districts so that you can keep in compliance with whatever the school is recommending. All right. So, I mean, it's a lot of movies and things that's happening on Netflix. We'll put some of the best movies and TV shows that's coming out in August. We have a whole list lined up for you, and we'll put those in the actual comment section and where the source is from. Anybody have a closing comment that you want to make? Because I know, just easier. You be on a show and you're like, I should have said this and I did not get to say it. Make your closing comment just easier right now.
Okay, so if anyone want to get into yoga, crystal, just check me out. I'll be on Facebook or Instagram, and let's live mindfully.
All right, everybody. Let's live mindfully and stay connected with Justicia. And I'm going to put her information back up here right at the comment section one more time, so you don't have to search all the way through. And you can stay connected with her by just looking up Femme Yogipreneur right on Instagram. Is that this? And Justicia on Facebook. Justicia is on Facebook. All right. You provided some great information today, and so glad that you were here today as our guest. Beautiful.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. Okay, Carrie Ann, closing comment.
Yes, I have one last thing to talk about. Tomorrow at 1 p.m. online, I'm having a Plan Your Future for events with you, talking about the new school year coming up. I'm going to be teaching them how to plan out their future for the new school year. So parents, just go to the Help Adolescents Speak Out website, sign your kids up. It's a free event. Join me at 1 p.m. online. Thank you for having me on the show. I love being here.
I'm so glad that you came, and so glad that you are offering the service. I'm going to put this back again in the comment section, so everybody, you'll have it right there again. Tomorrow at 1 p.m., make sure you check out what Carrie Ann Hilliard is offering, and just stay connected with her overall. So here you go. That's all of her information right there. And you can learn most of the information right at carrieannhilliard.com. All right, closing comment. I'm going to go with you, Ken.
My closing comments are, listen, guys, have a great weekend. And just remember this. I often say relationships wouldn't be so hard if we didn't expect them to be so easy.
Good. Relationships would not be so hard.
If we did not expect them to be so easy.
Wow, that's good. You're doing some drop the mic moments and stuff. That's a trip, because it's like, whoa, we'll get that like next Monday or something, right?
Right.
Really, really good. All right, listen, let's make sure we put Ken Canion's information up again, and I'll put it in the comment section. But I do have it. I think I have it already saved over here, so I'm gonna pull that up so y'all know exactly how to stay connected with Ken. You know what? I hate when I do that. Okay, here we go. There we go. So that's all of Ken Canion's information. When is your event? Don't you have an event?
Oh yeah, I've got an event coming up next week. I almost forgot.
I'm like, you ain't gonna talk about the event.
I mean, I'm on here just to give empowerment, but I do need to talk about my event. It's almost sold out anyway. It's called the 21st. My wife and I are doing this event called the 21st Century Speed Dating Mixer. And here's the reason why we're doing it. Because what we're doing is, people that I coach often say two things. Number one, I can't find a good man or woman. Men say no good women. Women say no good men. So my wife and I, what we decided to do was create a program. We got a dope little program that's on tour, because it's kind of like, if you watch Wildin' Out before, it's kind of like Wildin' Out for relationships. But this time, we just included a speed dating component where we use our card game as the conversation starter. It's going to be cool. And it's next week. If you're interested in it, come into Greensboro. If you want a speed date, you want to meet somebody from age 30 to 60, you're a male or a female. If you know anybody, I've got high quality people coming. And then even if you don't want to speed date, you don't have to, because the show itself is going to be dope. Listen, just inbox me. I mean, it's cool.
Okay, y'all reach out to Ken Canion if you want to do some speed dating, and there's some people you actually feel like you connected with through the show. Then you never know what's going to pop off in your life.
You never know. You just never, y'all, every journey starts with one step. You got to be willing to take it. So I got guys, guys don't really want to be doing it. So what I did was I recruited guys personally. I know guys, so I called them up. Listen, I know you're looking for a good woman. You need to be at my speed dating. Sign me up. So they're not gonna be on social media saying I want a date. No, but if I call them, sign me up. So yeah, you can get your tickets through me. If you want a speed date, reach out.
You got it sounding all motivating. I bet all the ladies like, I'm coming. How many tickets you got?
I had to shut it down for the ladies. I just shut down, but I opened it back up because, my wife was like, why are you doing that? I mean, I was like, we got this many. He's like, no, because you don't know. You know what your goal is, to put people together. All right, I opened it back up. People still signing up. It's going to be fun.
Excellent. Okay, closing comment from you, Courtney Jacobs.
Yes, it's been an amazing show. I did want to one of the comments here is from Candace Mickens. She's a friend, and she's a yoga instructor. She's been teaching yoga for 3 years, but she's been practicing it for 21 years. She's been in 26 countries, and we were kind of talking about the conflict or the controversy between yoga and spirituality, and she left a very enlightening.
Let me see. I'm trying to get back to the comment. Was it early on?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Okay, I'll find it. Go ahead, real quick.
But there was one thing that she said. I mean, if anyone reads it, you're gonna gain from it. Like usually, whenever she.
Oh, here it is. Here it is. Let me put it up. It's gonna cover our faces, but here we go. Courtney Jacobs, I am working currently, and this is a common topic that I don't always choose to engage in. But as someone who has been practicing yoga for 21 years and teaching for 3. And that has traveled to 26 countries and was raised deeply in the Black Christian church, but respects and welcomes the all, I don't believe there is a conflict. There is definitely a spiritual aspect to yoga, as I believe there is a spiritual aspect in all things. Instead of being scared that yoga will,
it says, instead of being scared that yoga will, where's it at here?
It probably only allows a certain amount of words on the screen. That's the only reason. But if you can read the rest of it, feel free. But thank you so much, Kim.
Well, the thing that she said, the last thing that she said really stood out. It says, in all things, take what is useful and discard the rest. And I thought that was powerful. And she also talked about breathing and how breathing is a part of everything in life. So that's really what I wanted to say. In all things, take what is useful to you and just disregard the rest, and you're gonna be good.
That's good. Okay. I'm grateful that you pointed that comment out, because I would have never even seen it. It's been so many comments coming up, and I really appreciate all of the comments that you all. I can only imagine the dialogues in that group that Ken has. Hopefully, no hostile.
Oh, no hostile. Shirley, listen. My group is so empowering. They don't even operate like that. They don't. But people are free to speak their mind, but nobody comes at each other. It ain't even like that. If we disagree, we disagree. Everybody's so respectful, but I've created that environment.
That's good.
I created it like that.
People want the cookie, Courtney. They said, give me that cookie. They want that cookie analogy. Awesome show indeed. Make sure you all subscribe to the Kim Jacobs Show on YouTube if you haven't done that. Thank you for tuning in the first time, Shirley. Come back Monday. We have another great show every day, Monday through Friday, y'all, 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're bringing balance to the world, one household at a time, so you can tune in every day.
Hey, Kim, so Shirley, I believe she's going to be coming back on to join us on Freestyle Friday.
Okay.
So thank you for your engagement. I mean, she was super duper engaged, and she's a wellness champion herself. So, hopefully she'll be able to join us next Friday.
Excellent. The only way this program stays open like this every day is by having contributors like yourself, online financial contributors. So please make sure you support the show in any way you can. And that helps us with our partnership to bring the balance. Truly enjoyed each of you. All right, guys, it's been a lot of great things that's been shared. 21st century speed dating, relationships wouldn't be so hard if we didn't expect for them to be so easy. That's a drop the mic again. You're right. Okay, guys, I see all of your comments. We'll have to go back, everyone on the panel, and just take a moment maybe and look and see if there's any comments that's coming in for you. That's refreshing to know, Ken. Yes, eat the meat and throw away the bones. Hey, friends, influence. Laugh out loud. I'm on low key scared, really, Ken, with your recruits. Okay, love, lust, and lies. I need to be there. Okay. All right, guys. I tried my best to represent everybody in the studio audience, and I hope that you all had a great experience. Great job, Ken, being obedient to your wife's suggestion. All right. All right, everybody. Today has been a wonderful, action-packed episode. I would love for you guys to stay backstage for 1 second, and I am going to let everybody else get out of here and have a great weekend. Thank you for tuning in to Freestyle Friday on the Kim Jacobs Show. It's been awesome. Y'all are amazing. Courtney, you redeemed yourself. You're awesome. And
awesome.
Thank you all. Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kim Jacobs, host of the Kim Jacobs Show, where we're bringing balance to the world, one household at a time. Listen, we go live every weekday, Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I bring guests on that talk about their backstories, things that they've had to overcome to become who they are today. Many of them are balancing and juggling life, and they've become experts in different fields. So they're sharing tips with you to make your life just a little bit easier. Many times as a guest in the studio audience, you'll get a chance to walk away with a missing piece of the puzzle that might be missing in your life. Let's go on this journey together, and I look forward to seeing you Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Kim Jacobs Show.